All right, so here's the situation we got here. Somewhere down this road, maybe, is something that I've been looking for a real long time, and I just might have finally pinpointed where it is. I'm not gonna tell you exactly what it is yet because there's a bit of backstory that has to go along with it. So as we're going down this road here, I'm just gonna kind of fill you in on the story of Dutchy the gold miner. All right, let's go. All right, so before we get too deep into this whole thing, I gotta shoot you straight. You know, I gotta be honest. In this video, I do not find what I originally set out to look for. I fail. But by pure chance, instead, I find something that's maybe even a little bit better. Something that I never in a million years would have expected to come across way out in the woods. So hey, let's go see what's out there in the hills of Litchfield, Connecticut. All right, we're on the first leg of our journey now. Got a ways to go. Not even sure if I'm gonna be able to find what we're looking for, but we're gonna put our heart into it, do our best. I know for sure we're gonna have to maybe cross a river, a highway, and railroad tracks. So hopefully that's not too hard. I think we're gonna run into the river first. Might have to do a little wading. All right, so let's get started with the background to what we're doing out here. I'm just gonna pop in and out to tell you the story in pieces as we head deeper into the woods. So this tale comes to us from a little magazine I found called The Lure of Litchfield Hills. It's a small little local periodical published here in Litchfield. It just kind of goes over like old stories about the town and talks about local news, that kind of thing, right? Well, this particular issue is from the winter of 1973, and it's got an article in it titled The Gold Strike at Spruce Brook. The author is a guy named David Wilson Mansfield, and as you'll see, this is a story told first hand. Mansfield is an old man writing about a small town legend that he himself lived through in his youth. All right, so as you can probably hear, we're getting close to our first obstacle now, the highway. I guess we gotta go over the highway before the river. I don't know, I'm hoping there's like a tunnel underneath it or something. I guess we'll see. Okay. The answer to that question is definitely no tunnel or anything. This is the end of the road. Bunch of poison ivy here, by the way. And the highway is literally just on the other side of this brush. So that's a no-go. All right, so here's a quick overview on Google Earth so you know what we're up against. Right now, I am here at the end of the old road pushed up against the highway, and I gotta get over the highway, past the river and railroad here, and up into this little valley back here between the hills and the distance. Guess we're gonna have to find some other way to do this. All right, I'm thinking now maybe if I just kind of walk through the brush on the side of the road here that faces the highway, maybe there'll be a trail somewhere that I can follow. Okay, so I checked my map and it looks like the river actually goes under the highway at a certain point. So I'm thinking there has to be a bridge there, and maybe that's where I can kind of get across both the highway and the river at the same time. So found this little trail here that goes in the direction of the river. Just gonna follow it, see what happens. All right, so the trail kind of wound its way right up next to the river here. That's good. See it down there? Just want to get down by the shore so I can maybe see if I can see the bridge and see what we're up against. There we go, there's the river. Hey, there's the highway right there. So I can easily get under that. Question is if I can cross the river or not. It's super slow moving, so I can definitely wade across if I need to, but that is pretty deep. I see a lot of like rocks and rapids up here. So maybe if I just go this way, there'll be a spot where I can kind of jump across on rocks. All right, so my trail just completely ends right here. I'm just gonna kind of smash my way to the shore. Let's just do that. All right, now we're really bushwhacking it. All right. This is what I'm talking about. Check it out, we're right under the highway now. All right, I feel like right here might be our best bet. Might fall in. So, our story starts way back in 1915 when a small woodcutting company set up camp in Litchfield near a tiny stream called Spruce Brook. One of the lumberjacks in the company was a German man who everyone called Dutchy. And something about the area around Spruce Brook really had a hold on old Dutchy. So much so that when the woodcutting operation packed up to move on to a new patch of forest, Dutchy just resigned from the whole company, saying that he was going to stay at Spruce Brook and become an animal trapper. And yeah, that seems pretty normal, right? Until you read about the first time that Dutchy showed up at the local general store. Sure, he bought the normal animal trapping supplies, but he also picked up blasting powder, fuses, drills, and a rock hammer. But it gets even weirder than that. You see, the first couple times that Dutchy came back to the store to restock, he paid for everything with silver coins, money that he had earned during the lumberjack job. But on the third trip, he picked out some more blasting powder and fuses, walked up to the counter to pay, and pulled out a solid gold piece. So you're gonna have to excuse my shaky camera work as I try to navigate this. Ooh. Okay, I did my pant legs up. I think I'm just gonna kind of walk across here. I just tied my camera to the chest strap on my backpack, so apologies if it's crazy wobbly, but I think I need both my hands for balance here. Check it out. Just got water in my boot, baby. All right. Obstacle number 1 and 2, actually. So we made it past the highway bridge too. Okay, I see like a flat open area just up here, which might be the railroad tracks. We're about to see. Nope, not the railroad tracks. Wait, what? This is just a straight up like cart path. What the heck? Okay, I might be an idiot and there might have been a way easier way to get to this part of the woods here. Honestly, feeling great right now because we tackled 2 of our obstacles. I didn't even have to get that wet and we're making good time here. And now we're on an actual trail. I was like thinking that once I crossed the river, I was just gonna have to like bushwhack for like a straight up mile. But still under the old highway bridge. Eventually, it just kind of became a regular occurrence for Dutchy to pay with raw gold. Nearly every trip to the store ended with Dutchy yanking a hunk out of his pocket. Now, unsurprisingly, the rest of the town started to wonder a bit about where Dutchy could be getting this gold from. It certainly didn't seem possible that it could all just be coming from a meager animal trapping operation, right? So, as people do, they talked and they gossiped. Since the United States had recently entered World War I, some thought that Dutchy must have been a German spy sent to blow up the train bridge over the Spruce Brook. And some thought that he was a communist sitting up in the Connecticut hills scheming up some horrible plot. But whatever the specifics, people were worried that Dutchy was up to no good. So, one day, the sheriff made the trek up to Dutchy's camp to ask him a few questions. "What do you do when it's not trapping season?" asked the sheriff. "Oh, I just wander around the hills looking for animal dens so I know where to put my traps later on." "Well, what do you need blasting powder for?" Sometimes an animal gets stuck in my trap and then like drags it down into a cave or something like that. So I use a little powder to blast away the rock so I can go down there and get the animal and recover my trap, you know? Well, all right, I guess that makes some sense. One more question. where do you keep getting all this gold? Get the hell out of here. Alright, so we snaked our way up to the railroad tracks right here. You probably can't see them, but we're maybe like 30 or 40 feet beneath them right here. So I'm just kind of like hoping that there'll be some kind of trail or something that has like an easy cross point. But I guess we'll find out. Kind of the theme of this video is just kind of going and finding out. Here's an offshoot trail. I'm just gonna aimlessly follow it because everything seems like it's been going right for me so far. So I better knock on wood for that one, huh? Here's another offshoot. I'm gonna follow this one for a little. Maybe this will take us safely across the train tracks. Okay, so this is definitely a railroad crossing right here. I don't know, we're still a little ways away from where my best guess for what we're looking for is. So I'm not, I don't know, whatever. I'm gonna shut up and just go. Who cares? Who cares? So after dealing with the sheriff, Dutchy just kept on plugging away up at his camp until one day in 1921. Now here's where we get some first-hand information from our author. You see, on that particular day, the author and his father were visiting the local general store when the store's owner asked them if they had seen Dutchy in a while. Apparently, the guy hadn't been down to the store in over 2 months. So, the author and his father volunteered to go check on Dutchy and make sure he was alright. After making the trek up into the hills along the railroad, they found the camp in complete disrepair, totally deserted. Among the debris was a bunk bed, an old stone campfire ring, a mattress, and most curiously, some supplies that someone would probably want to take with them if they were moving, like some blasting powder, an axe, a lantern, and a batch of rusty cooking utensils. An extensive search around the hills nearby Dutchy's camp turned up no further explanation for his disappearance. Seems as if the guy was just gone. And now, 100 years later, we still really don't know much about Dutchy. Did he really find gold up here? Or was he just getting it from some other place? And what eventually happened to him that would cause him to leave his camp behind? Did he clean out all the gold that could be found in the area and just leave? Did he fall down some cave up here in the hills, body never to be seen again? Or did he just hear about some other money-making opportunity and move on? Probably never know. All we know for sure is that 100 years ago, somebody lived out here, far from any road or trail, probably mining for gold. And now, we're about to enter his territory. Okay, so now we are officially inside the boundaries of the land area where I'm pretty sure this mysterious place that we're looking for might be found. This is the Spruce Brook right here. Just gonna kind of walk up and down its shores for a while and see if I can't find what we're looking for. This is kind of a trail. Very, very old. Nobody has been here for quite a while. Oh man, the reality is kind of setting in that I'm actually gonna be able to find this place if I'm lucky. Oh man. I've been walking up and down along the brook shore here for a little while now, and I haven't been able to see what I'm looking for, which is a little disappointing, but I gotta find it at this point. No way I come this far and give up. Come on, where are you? All right, I've been out here for a good hour and a half now, just tromping up and down. Still haven't seen any sign of what I'm looking for. Ooh, where are you, Dutchy? Where are you hiding, Dutchy? Can't hide from me. Where are you, Dutchy? Show yourself. Starting to feel a little bleak. Oh man. Now it's starting to rain on me. I think that means it's about time to pack it in. Oh, damn. Came so far and I can't find it. All right, so as I told you at the top of the video, I sadly could not find what I was looking for. So I'll just tell you what I was looking for. A cave. So from what I've read, this little cave is just about big enough for one person to fit into, and apparently if you look at the inside walls, there's some drill holes that very well could have been made by Dutchy, and a set of initials carved into the rock that also could have been Dutchy, since nobody knows what his actual name and initials were. So that would have been pretty cool to see and all, right? So it sucks that I couldn't find it. But you might also remember something else that I said at the top of the video, that I ended up finding something arguably even cooler than the cave. Well, here we go. You see, as I turned back and started the long trek to the road, I came across a tiny little bridge and culvert where the railroad went over the brook. And it was there that I found something that raised the hair on the back of my neck. Okay, I'm gonna whisper, because there might be someone around here. But I just found a rock hammer. And a pot for panning or sifting through dirt. So I bet you can probably guess what those are for. Ooh, this is getting real interesting. Oh man, my heart's beating out of my chest. Man, I'm so convinced we're about to run into like Dutchy's great grandson. I'm gonna hustle through this last little bit in case I run into a crazed miner who thinks that I'm trying to push up on his stash. Guys, look at what I just found. There's an actual miner out here looking for gold. Are you kidding me? Am I insane, or did the article in that magazine say that one of the only things they found left of Dutchy was cutlery? Oh, I just gotta get out of here. I just gotta get out of here. That's actually completely insane. There's a miner out here looking for Dutchy's gold. That is a legit camp. There's legit a hole. Oh my god, I just gotta go. That's crazy. We are so far away from any common hiking trails or roads or anything like that right now. And there's a dude here who's got a whole camp set up with a rock hammer and a panning bucket. Like some dude is living out here panning for gold in the stream, just like Dutchy over 100 years ago. So I came out here trying to find evidence that a guy named Dutchy was looking for gold here over 100 years ago. And I didn't find it. Instead, I found evidence that there's a guy out here looking for gold right now. Oh man. Oh my god. You know, one day I might come back out here and see if I can find Dutchy's cave, if I get a little better intel. But for now, I think the right thing to do is to just let our new friend see if he can strike it rich in peace. Oh, I don't even know if I'm gonna make this into a video.